So good afternoon, guys. I'm Saurabh. I'm a senior developer advocate with DigitalOcean, and as my friend Fred said, right? So he talked about a journey of a startup, and on the way, what all challenges you might face, and also what all tools or what all resources you might use on cloud. Um, so I'm here to demo a bit about some of those things, specifically around the new services that we have. We are basically a cloud infrastructure company, and we have come up with new services like Kubernetes and managed databases. So these are managed offerings from us. And before I proceed, what I would like to understand is how many of you are developers or working into cloud. So I know a couple of them are already developers, but then are you people aware of cloud or somehow work into cloud, or yeah, so you work into cloud. Which cloud are you using?
Well, we use actually multiple like DigitalOcean.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Even in China, we use Alibaba.
Ali, yeah, Alibaba, I know. So I know one guy, a lady is there, a front and a back-end developer. She's like a full stack. Okay. Who else? Cool, no issues. So yeah, let's start. So taking, it's I'll start to from where Fred left, right? So you are a startup, you have an idea, you try building up your solutions on it. You are trying to get an infrastructure ready. Now, assuming that it's a startup, mostly what happens is you have an idea and you have a small team. And mostly these are all developers, right? It could be like a backend developer, a Python or a Java guy with no expertise on cloud. And trust me, cloud itself is like pretty vast field. A lot of technical things there. Nowadays, you must have heard of terms called like DevOps, cloud administrator, those kind of things, right? So it's not like scary, but if you don't know the work, it becomes difficult to work in cloud. So I'm trying to make you understand what offerings we have in terms of managed services. So DigitalOcean managed services, I'll be talking about DOKS, which is our DigitalOcean Kubernetes offering, and DBaaS, which is our database offering. But before I go into that, let's understand why do we need a managed offering? What's a managed offering? Why do we need it? So as I said, you are a small startup. You started with an idea. You started building up a software or an e-commerce platform, a mobile app, Android app, whatever you do, right? You start scaling. So suppose you need some kind of a database. You are all coming from a different programming background. You don't have any database expertise. I mean, yeah, let's honestly admit it. We are not expert on everything. We cannot know everything, right? If you are like a marketing guy, you might know some technical terms, but then yeah, you don't have an in-depth knowledge. If you are a full stack developer, you don't know how database works. If you're a cloud guy, you don't know how the front end works. So it's not possible for everyone to know everything. And that's where a lot of challenges come into picture, and that's why we have solutions like managed services. So there are a lot of cloud providers, and not only cloud providers, any third party who provides services to you. And you use it because you don't internally within your team or organization don't have an expertise to build on. So suppose there is an idea, you start building on it, and there is a CEO or a CTO, and he says, you people are doing good. I know you are suppose you are a front-end developer, right? You work with Node.js and Angular, but I want you to learn database. Now, you showed some interest, but this is not your cup of tea. But he's a CTO, he's a CEO, and he's forcing you to do it. And you said, okay, fine, if you want me to do it, I'll do it. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'll try to learn databases or whatever you say, and I'll try to do the job. So this is my friend Joe. Okay, he is a normal software developer who works. He could be anyone. Assume it's me. When I'm doing cloud work, and you ask me to do some other work, this is the way I work, right? I'm just coding or typing something, getting it from the cloud. So basically what is happening is, within the team itself, you don't have an expertise, but you are using existing resources to work, maybe forcefully or out of willingness to work them. So okay, fine. You take up the challenge, you start working on something which is unknown to you. It's okay. We all have to start someday on a new thing. It's good to learn. So I started learning this. So remember this guy, right? He is our friend Joe. We'll keep on meeting him over and over again. So he is like a software developer, a typical software developer. He is working there. So what happens now? Now, This is like, I'm so confused. You are doing front end. I tell you to do Kubernetes. Will you be able to do it? This is your reaction. Oh shit, I'm so confused. And this is not inside the CTO room, because there inside you say, yeah, I will do it. Let me get the job done. But this is something outside. When you sit with your friends with the coffee, oh, I'm confused. What should I do, basically? But yeah, it's a part of the job. They're paying you. You should do it. So OK, fine. The company asks you to do that job. You do it. You try learning it. You put up your best efforts. And your manager or a leader, team lead, whoever is there, right, someone whom you're reporting to, so you bundle up all the code, all the databases, everything, try to build up an expertise. He says, do the deployment. You are feeling it will not work because you know internally that what you have done. But he says, no, go ahead and deploy. OK, fine. If you say deploy as a manager, I'll do it. Cool, no issues. So what's happening now is you are deploying a self-hosted service in production. So this is not a managed service. This is something that you are managing. And you are deploying in production because you got an order from the boss. He says, go ahead and deploy it. And you being an employee, you have to do it. Cool. So this is what happens. So you say deploy, and yeah. Because this is not your expertise, right? So something out of your expertise or comfort zone, it takes time to learn. Deployment goes wrong, production is on fire, a lot of things happen. And all of us, not only tech guys, but everyone has seen these kind of issues, right? Even if you're from a marketing team or something, you would have seen your colleagues running here and there. What happened at night? No, there was some deployment issue. Someone checked some bug code in the bug, and yeah, we got a call at night, 12 o'clock, and we were supposed to come in the office. And this is not like here in Hong Kong or in India. It's across the globe. It happens with everyone. So yeah, you do a deployment, and boom. Can't help it out. Now, we come back to Joe. So, or me, basically, anyone. My manager says, I told you to deploy. What have you done? I'm like, what? I don't know. This was not my expertise. You asked me to do it. I did it. I tried learning. In 1 week, what I learned, this is it. I can't help it out. I mean, what can I do? So, this is me. I have no idea what's going on. I mean, trust me, yeah. That's a normal reaction, right? I don't know what's going on. What do I do? So this is like you are a small-scale startup trying to build up a solution. You don't have an expertise in the team. You force people to work on certain non-expertise areas, and these are the results that you come or you face, right? So avoid these kind of situations to blow up the production, getting like scolding from your manager, getting bad name in the company. Let's avoid that. And how do we avoid it? By using a managed service. So let's admit we have a small team, or maybe even if it's a big team, we don't have internal expertise. My team has never worked on cloud. My team members have never worked on database. They have never worked on a networking side or a security side, whatever it is, right? If they are willing to learn and do, I should give them enough time. But otherwise, I can always go out in the market. There are a lot of third-party players who are available to give you some kind of a solution for that. You have to pay for it, and you get expert people working on those domains. So that is where managed services come into picture. So we have seen if you don't use a managed service and you're trying to do things by yourself, what do? You blow up the entire infrastructure. I mean, it's quite possible. But when you use a managed services, there might be some benefits that you might be getting, right? So let's see some of the benefits that we get out of a managed service. OK. I think the slides got changed, but yeah. One of them is stay focused on your core business. So maybe databases or security or networking is not your key area. Your focus area is something else. It could be like e-commerce. It could be an online application, gaming application, or something, right? Mobile app, taxi, something. So that's your core area. You understand that market. Just focus on that. Don't try to put your hands into everything. That I want to know networking, I want to know security and everything. No. Let those things be with the experts. So you focus on your core area, start building your MVP or applications, and focus on that. Let the developers do a development, let the cloud providers do the cloud administration, and the third-party person, whoever is there, whatever cloud managed services that you are using, they will take care of their job. You are paying them, you get an expert solution from them, and yeah, they will do the job better than anyone in your team, quite possibly. Another thing is, so you are using a third-party solution, so definitely they are billing you. So when you sign up for, like I'll say, they will have different plans. So whatever plan that you sign up for, you already know at the end of the month, this is the amount, X amount of money that I'm going to pay. So there are no surprises. As in, when you are not using a managed service and you give your team the access to some cloud or database, they start low, but then they start exploring more. So from a $10 machine, they move to $100 machine. So first month, it was $10. Next month, they spin up some more machines. They were not needed, but they're just trying to figure it out. $20. Then suddenly, third month, you see it's moving to $100. So from $10, it's moved to $100 in 3 months, which is not needed. So your budget goes out of place. Your money thing should be in check. So you always have a predictable, recurring model with managed providers. You know what you are going to pay for. In case you increase your leverage or plan, you pay more. You can always roll back and come to a lower plan, you pay less. And I think we have spoken about another point that's already there. You get access to experience and quality people, right? So when you go for a managed service provider or managed service, what happens is these people give you people in these domains which are expert. These are all experienced people with 10 years, 20 years of experience into architecturing these kind of solutions, providing best practices and all those things, so they know their work. And it's not like your team that who is new to this thing and they have to learn and they might have chances of blowing it up. So you pay and you get expert advice in return. So these are all people who are like well versed with what they know, and they can handle your machines and systems pretty well. Most of the times, I mean, it's usually like when you sign up for a third-party managed service, you also get a support. So we were talking about things blowing up in production and you getting calls at night, right? That will not be the case. You can sleep peacefully. You just have to raise a ticket or call them or whatever is the way to reach out. You reach out to them and tell them that this is not working. It's their headache. They'll take a call, they'll fix it up, they'll get like sync up with your team if needed, and they'll get it done. And you can sleep peacefully. You don't have to worry about it. So you pay, you get expert advice, you get a lot of peace of mind, and you don't have to bother about it, that if something happens to my production, if there is a loose case or there is a port open in terms of security or network, those things. These are all expert, they'll take care of everything. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so couple of other extra benefits that you get is eliminate your HR headaches. So that's more from a people perspective. You don't have to get a new team of people for this particular managed service. If you are not going for a managed service and you're doing a self-hosted service, you have to get more people. Either you train your existing people or resources, or you get new people in that domain, right? So either way, there is a resource cost associated with it. But when you go for a managed provider, he takes care of everything. You don't need expert people on your team or on your board. Decreased downtime. So yes, since there is already a third-party person who is taking care of the things, he will ensure that all your systems are up and running always. If anything goes down, it's his responsibility. You just need to like page him, email him, or whatever Slack or whatever medium that you use. Tell him that my machines are not as per expectations or as per SLAs that you have signed, and he'll get it up and running. And then, yeah, definitely free available resources and peace of mind. So peace of mind is something, yeah, we have already talked about. So before we proceed next, because now I will be moving towards more of Kubernetes and those kind of offerings, how many of you are aware of Kubernetes or heard of it? No? Okay.
Did you say incubators?
Not incubators, Kubernetes. Yeah, so Docker, Kubernetes, those terms. You people, I mean, you must be familiar, right? You might not have used it, if not, yeah, but at least you would have heard. Yeah, experimenting. Sure, yeah. So a couple of people who heard it. Just to give you a background, there is something called as Docker, which is kind of a lightweight image container system. you can put all your code into bake into a Docker image, and then it's portable. You can run it across any machine that supports Docker. And Kubernetes is a cluster orchestrator. So this is needed when we start growing. So if you understand, you start with a small MVP or a solution. Maybe if we talk about microservices architecture, you are using a couple of microservices, right? Different services for different components. So this services is for booking app, this is for payment, this is for your backend, something for your UI. So there are a couple of microservices. When you start scaling, initially you might be having 10 microservices. You might scale to 20, 30, 40, 50. So 10 was easy to manage for your team. 20 is okay. 30 is still manageable, but if it moves to 50, 60 different microservices, different teams, it starts getting complex. And that's where systems like Kubernetes come into picture. It helps you to orchestrate your cluster. So it's more of a master node thing. And yeah, so you have different nodes. As in databases, we have master and slave. Similar concept here, there is a master and there are different nodes. You run your applications on these nodes. If your application load increases, you can always scale up. If your application load decreases, you can always scale down. So you can always move up or move down, because if you're not even from a technical background, but it's a very possible use case. We are using an e-commerce site. So we are in Hong Kong. When do you get a time to use an e-commerce site? Suppose you want to shop something from Amazon. I'm not sure who is the local player here in Hong Kong, but I'll take a global example, right? Amazon. So you want to shop something from Amazon. You'll mostly not shop during your office hours. You'll go back home from office, maybe by 6:30, 7 in the evening, and then before your lunch, you'll do some kind of a shopping or browse or do whatever you want, right? And that's not only with you, but with everyone. No one wants to do it in office hours, once you go back home. So what happens is Amazon will see a trend that after 6:30, there will be a huge spike, right? And this will remain till 9, 9:30, 10, till the time you have your dinner, you do go and go to sleep. So once you sleep, definitely, everyone is sleeping that point of time. So this spike is there every day. Morning times, it's pretty low. Not many people are coming online. Someone who is not working in daytime, he might be available online, or some people who are not working. But people mostly who are working, they will, I'll imagine, from a window of 6 to 10, where they will shop. So you see a spike and a pattern, right? So Kubernetes kind of a system helps you to maintain that spike. It will automatically add more machines or servers or more power to your infrastructure during 6 to 10. And as soon as it sees that it's 10 o'clock, the traffic is going down, people are coming less, it will bring down it to normal condition. So that's definitely something which is automatically done, and which is good enough, right? You don't have someone to monitor it. It's automatically scaling up and scaling down. Okay, so we have talked about this thing. So I'll say, before I go to demo, just talk about DigitalOcean managed databases. So we have launched recently managed databases. We have 3 offerings. Right now, which is ready to use, is Postgres. MySQL and Redis is pretty soon going to be available. We don't have a time frame yet, but it's going to be there pretty soon. And similarly, we have a Kubernetes offering also, managed Kubernetes. And we know why should we use a managed service. It's coming from an expert, you pay, and it's peace of mind, definitely, end of the day. So I just had a small graph, which is a DBaaS adoption trend. So most of the people across the globe, if you see a trend, this is from 2015 and predicting till 2020, which is yet to come. You see a constant usage increasing, right? So it's 250K people were approximately using managed database in this case in 2015, which has moved to 50K plus. So it's just doubled over the last couple of years. So more and more people are focusing on their core strength and giving away everything to managed providers. You take care of database, you take care of security, you take care of my cloud infrastructure. I'll do my job, which is scaling up the app or building the app. So I just focus on this, and you people take care of everything. So this is a graph that shows you the adoption of, or adoption trend during last couple of years. So talking about DigitalOcean Kubernetes, we have an offering which came out, I'll say, maybe last quarter, around March. And we already have a couple of people or clients who are already using it in production. So who are the people who have been using it? So this is an app, Prisma app, which is there. Okay, that's a I'll say image editing kind of an app. And since they are dealing with images across the globe, they have a huge data, right, in terms of images and videos and those things. So they use Kubernetes from DigitalOcean. They use our Kubernetes internally. And similarly, there is an Arabia weather app. So this is an Arabic weather application, and it serves around like 70 million people every day. So just imagine the amount of traffic they have, 70 million per day kind of people visiting them. So yeah, they also internally use our Kubernetes. And there are a couple of other people who are also exploring. So with that, I'll come back to the demo part. Don't want to make it long. So yeah, as Fred said, we have a couple of offerings, right? So you have already seen the console that we are going to use. He has created droplets and load balancers over there. So this is how, if you go, a DigitalOcean console looks like. It's pretty neat, simple. Anyone who has used like Amazon Cloud before or recently? Amazon Cloud, you have used, right? So once you log into the console now, is it like pretty easy to figure out what you want, or it's kind of complex?
Very complex.
It's very complex.
Very, very complex.
Right, I agree. Because I have been using it for like, I mean, now I don't use it much, but I think I have been using it 2014 or 15. It was pretty fairly simple. You land onto a page, you know which service to use, go there. Now when I log into the page, I'm getting confused. And this is like after 5 years of experience on Amazon Cloud. Just imagine a new person landing onto the cloud. He'll be lost. I just want to spin up an EC2 instance, but where to go for it? I mean, why do you like want to make your life complex? So this is our interface, pretty neat, simple, clean. I preferably like it. I've used all the clouds except Alibaba. Yeah, I haven't used Alibaba, but then yeah, Azure, Google Cloud. So I think I liked DigitalOcean pretty much, and that's kind of a feedback we get from our developer community also. So you see a green button there. You just click on it. You get a list of resources what you want to create. It's that simple. So you don't have to be a very technical person to understand what do I want. Droplet, as he mentioned, is a EC, like I'll say an equivalent of EC2 on Amazon, right? So it's a basic virtual machine. You want to create a cluster, that's a Kubernetes cluster, click on it. You want to databases, volumes, anything what we offer. You just go to that button, create, and yeah. So now we are talking about databases. Let's create a database. I come to this screen. As I said, for me, you will see I have other offerings also enabled because internally we have been given it for testing, but then yeah, we have like right now Postgres. So I know what I want. I want a database which is a Postgres database. I choose Postgres. There are two offerings, 10 and 11. So by default, latest one, 11. Pretty transparent in terms of pricing. So no complexities, which is already mentioned, right? No hidden charges, no cost. What you choose now and calculate is what you get at the end of the month based on your billing. So there's a node plan and there are standby nodes in case you want to use that. So the basic node plan starts for $15 a month, which is like 1 GB of RAM, 1 CPU, and 10 GB of disk. And it also shows you the monthly calculator. It says $15, right? This is what you will pay at the end of the month. It's not 15.1, it's not 14.99. So not neither less, neither more. Yeah, it's all fixed. So yeah, you choose a plan because that is what you have to do. Which plan you want to go for? You want to go for a higher plan or a lower plan? So yeah, we have more plans like $30. You get more powerful CPUs than 60, and then based on your what kind of database that you want, how much you want to store, you want more powerful machines. So for this demo purpose, I'll say a $15 per month. Choose a data center. So for, I think we are based out of Hong Kong. Proximity locations, I mean, mostly when I do a demo, I'm doing in India. So for me, Bangalore is the best, but I think at this point of time, for Hong Kong, I think Singapore would be easy, right? Singapore would be the easier one. That's the closest. Yeah, so we'll say we will use a Singapore data center. Finalize and create. So you just need to give a name over here. So it says SGP1, that's like Singapore 1, and I'll say vwork demo. And yeah, in case you've already created some kind of projects, you can map this database to a project. So I've created, like yesterday I was there at conference, RISE conference. I've created a demo for that. I'll map this to my RISE demo. So everything done, you know what cost you are going to pay, which data center it's going to land in, how much powerful machine you have chosen. Just have to click on create a cluster. It's as easy as that. Did it sound technical, some kind of an expertise needed? No. You should know what you want and should be easy to learn. This will take some time. So yeah, I already have created like one of the databases in RISE. Yeah, so one that we are creating now is still getting on, but then yeah, there's one which I have created like 17 like last night. So this is already created. You already have an up and running database. And that was pretty easy. So once you come to the dashboard, it gives you all idea about it. You want insights, you click on insights, it will give you the details. This is mostly in terms of monitoring thing, how long it has been running, any updates or any kind of issues, those things. Logs and queries, you can always get it from here. In case you have enabled a backup, it will show up here, like you want to enable a backup or when it will happen. By default, you get one user, like a default account user, but you can add more users over there. So this is the option to add a user, which database, those kind of things you can add. Connection pool and settings. So setting gives you an option also to delete or maybe an upgrade later point of time, right? So this was an easy setup for our managed offering. You don't need any kind of a technical expertise on your team. Even if you're from a backend, this thing, was it easy? If someone tells you that this is the database I want, can you go to the console and do it? Sounds easy, right? And it's pretty easy. I mean, instead of me, you can do it. It's not because I know the system, I can do it. Just go to create on databases. It's pretty simple, I mean, English. You understand, read what plan you want, check with them. They'll get it done. And yeah, create, give it a name, map to a project, done. Boom. So now, yeah, we are talking about clusters. Now come to cluster. I want to create a Kubernetes cluster. Same thing here. What version you want? So I think we support last 3, yeah. So it's 1.143, then 7, and 12.9. So I think this is the latest one. By default, it takes San Francisco for this part, but I'll make it Singapore. Yeah, in case you are using a VPC, like you have multi-center thing and you want to close everything inside like a particular cloud, so virtual private cloud. So I have something like default SGP1, so I'll map it to it. But in case you have a VPC, you can use VPC here. You can map your VPC. And this is again the plan, what node you want to operate on. So if you go by standard node, each node costs you $10 a month. So 10 into number of nodes. So if I say it's a 3 node, it should be what? It should be $30 a month. And this is the flat price that you have to pay. Interesting part is you don't pay for the master. So some of the cloud providers, they do charge you for master. We don't charge you for master, it's all free. We maintain it, we take care of it. We do auto upgrades. You don't have to worry about it. Because recently we have come across some vulnerabilities in Kubernetes, right? So people who have not upgraded their system to the latest one, they were still vulnerable. So we will do it for you. We'll just send you a notification that whether you want it to be upgraded or not before doing it. But then yeah, you don't have to worry. You just say yes, go and upgrade, we will do it for you. So if I move it to 4, it should be 40. Yeah, 5, 50. And this is for standard node. We have more powerful nodes available. So in case your cluster is supposed to do more robust job and you expect more traffic or those kind of things, you can have more powerful nodes. So yeah, that's pretty easy. $10 a month is the starting point. Into number of nodes, you get it. But I don't want 5 nodes. Maybe 3 should be good enough. Add a tag. So similar to project, we have concepts of tag, where you are using like different, inside projects also you have different layers, right? A database layer or application layer, you can tag that. Choose a name, map it to a project, RISE, create a cluster. So this takes time. I'll go back to one that we created is now being created, and this was something which I created like an hour ago, just sitting here for the demo purpose. So yeah, and also if you're new to Kubernetes, trust me, Kubernetes is pretty complex if you're doing it all by yourself. I tried doing it, something that took me like now 5 minutes. It took me around 3 days to figure out how to do it when I was doing it myself. Because here, it's everything being done at the back end. Someone is doing it for you. You choose the options, click right, next, it's all done. But when you're doing it by yourself, you have to understand what to do, where to do. Create a cluster, add this key, you miss out, you again delete the cluster, come back, do something, it again goes into some other mode. So it took me like 3 to 4 days. It was pretty complex. This seems to be pretty easy, and yeah, cluster is being created, but at the same time, you have next instructions also. So once you create a Kubernetes cluster, what you have to do is you have to install certain tools, which I think Fred talked about. We also have a CLR, right? So to use Kubernetes, you need a command line tool called kubectl. So we also say kubectl. And there is something for DigitalOcean, which is like docctl, doctl. So you can install those tools. You have to install a config file, kubeconfig file on your local machine. This is the place which tells you how to do it. These are all the steps. You add your kubeconfig file, you get your SSH access and everything done into your cluster, and then you can deploy a simple application. So it also gives you a link where to go, what to do. So this was just a brief demo of showcasing how easy or simple, I mean, Fred has been talking about simplicity, but then till the time you don't look it, you don't believe it, right? So I guess now you have some idea that it's pretty easy to do it on DigitalOcean. I know most of you not worked on cloud, but people who have worked on Amazon Cloud or maybe Alibaba, I'm not too sure how complex it is. But then yeah, you agree with me. Was it easy to do it on this? Looks easy. And yeah, as he said, you also have an option. If you're more techie, you want to do it through command line or some tools, you can always integrate that. So you do a command line way of it. You do a UI way of it. I tried the UI way. Looks good, looks clean. And as I said, it takes some time. So the cluster might take some time to come. So yeah, it's still coming up. And internet connection, I think it's pretty good in Hong Kong, but yeah, still takes some time. I think a couple of minutes. So this was a demo from my side. Don't want to take too much of your time, but let's come back to the original slide part, right? So, did I do a share? No. This is, I want to present. So when I started this demo, we also talked about my friend Joe, right? So we talked about like what? Why should we use a managed services? What are the challenges when you don't use a managed service and try doing things by your own? Or you force your people to do things on their own, right? You can disrupt the production environment. You can have things going wrong. But with some things as easy as Kubernetes managed services like database and the Kubernetes offering, it's pretty easy. And it's not only about Kubernetes or I'll say the managed services that we are offering, the entire platform itself is easy to use. That's a pretty use case that we follow. It's all about simple. Even if you're a non-tech guy, you should be straightforward enough for you to like walk around the console, log in, find your way. There's no difficulty in finding your way, right? You just have to click that green create button, drop down, find what resource you want, do it, it should be done. Just that you need to know what kind of a specification you want. That's the only technical thing, which if you don't know, someone from your team will tell you. I want 1 GB or 2 GB, 1 CPU, 2 CPU, whatever it is, right? So yeah, on that note, let's move next. What do you think about it, about managed services? So I don't preach, I don't say that this is good, this is bad. I've shared the good, the bad, ugly. It's your call to decide about it. Don't be a sheep, don't follow the herd. Don't follow the normal mentality that everyone is doing by themselves and managed services they charge, so it's bad. No, it's not always bad. Sometimes you should, I'll say admit that we don't have that expertise or we don't have that bandwidth within our team to do things by ourselves. We'll get it done by someone else, right? I mean, I imagine like most like ladies, if you are there, you people are working, you go back home. Most of the times you don't cook. You might have a cook or someone else doing it for you, right? Because you don't have that leisure of doing it. You do work 9 hours, 10 hours here, you go back home, you're tired as a same like what a guy is. So we don't expect you to cook, we have a cook. We'll come and do the job. Why? Because we don't have that bandwidth. Same thing applies here. It's our team, we don't have a expertise or we don't have that bandwidth. We are just 5 people, 4 people team. We cannot do much. So let's use a managed service, there's no harm. But then again, at the end, it's your call, think about yourself. But remember Joe, So what's the condition for Joe? Same discussion I had with Joe. And I was like, after the discussion over a beer, Joe, how was it? He was like, yeah, that's pretty good. He's happy. So I'm not sure if you people got something from it, but yeah, he's pretty happy. So Joe is there, and that's all from my side. Hope you you all have some takeaway from this session. And yeah, this is the same link, right? do.co/rise. We have a party there today. So I'm expecting most of you, or maybe all of you, if available at night. So it starts at 5:36. Be there. I mean, we can help you more. And also we are available here. So any discussions or challenges or some kind of a talk that you want to have with us, we are available here. So yeah, do let us know. Yeah, party.